Well, welcome back. We're here with Forrest, and we're talking about green buildings and how interesting it is and how we really need to get down to the nuts and bolts of this and make sure that it happens, that we don't keep going down that path that's familiar because it's easier and because we don't believe in global warming and because we think we're never going to run out of resources. You know, I was on a trip to Maui recently, and we were out on the water, you know, just sailing. Couldn't believe the junk floating on the surface. I had wished that I had had a scooper because I didn't want the mother whales to ingest it. I didn't want the baby whales, but like plastic bags and things. So we really need to start paying attention to biodegradable and everything else. So what we were talking about is the science behind green building is incredible because the studies show that worth more money at resale.
Sure. So green building, I think one of the reasons that green building has come of age now is that the green building just makes economic sense nowadays, and that really helps people who are already understanding that these principles are important. It really helps make them move. So one of the things that have been studied is green buildings, because they reduce energy costs and because of the science that has been occurring and people are learning more about it, really increase the value of homes. So people see, hey, if I build green, I can have an increased value for my home and I will recoup any investment that I put into it. Another thing about green building is about 60% of the energy savings and methodologies that we use cost virtually nothing. So they're increasing the quality, they're increasing the thought and the means of building, but they're not really increasing the cost. They're within 5 or 10% of traditional construction costs. We can get about 60% of the benefit. So the costs are coming way down.
Okay.
And then on top of that, then you have family health, which is an important topic to so many parents. And there's been some tremendous science in the commercial area. They've studied companies that have gone from a traditional building into a green building, and they found absenteeism decreases 40% and productivity increases 16%. And they think, and many people look at those statistics and they think, well, why do I live in a house that's not green then if it has those kind of impacts on the workplace? They've also done these fabulous studies in schools about daylighting, and they've looked at how well kids learn in schools at various amounts of light. And what they discovered is comparing the best type of light compared to the worst type of light, that kids' math scores go up 20% under optimal natural daylighting conditions over going under fluorescent, say all fluorescent lighting. And when they study reading scores, they find a 26% increase in reading comprehension among the best daylit rooms.
Amazing.
So
that's amazing. Having been a teacher, that is amazing.
It seems
See,
almost
we
incredible.
just weren't lighting that classroom correctly. The kids would have all been geniuses if they had done it that way.
It's pretty incredible. They also found increases in height in the kids that that were in naturally daylit environments, almost like they were plants.
How about asthma? Have there been any studies on that? Because that seems to be the biggest. And it looks like almost everybody's got it.
Yes, asthma has been increasing in the U.S. at a tremendous rate, and so it's on everybody's mind. This really is associated with indoor air quality. So there's a number of, we talked briefly about VOCs, volatile organic compounds, paints, glues, and also on top of that you have issues around carpets and fabrics and molds. So wet environments and then environments that trap pollutants. Together, they create the indoor air quality issues that most households have. So a typical household has 2.5 times as much pollution as the air outside. And the amount of indoor air pollutants contributes to asthma, and other respiratory illnesses. It also contributes to depression and headaches, which is probably also related to the productivity things that we discussed earlier. So a lot of people who go around maybe with a headache or not feeling their best or worried about their kids and asthma, they turn to green building to help provide environments that are safer, healthier, more productive for their family, for themselves and their children.
Okay, now we're going to go for our final break, and when we come back, we're going to show you that these green buildings are not these little mounds, that they are really very, very charming and very unique. So stay tuned and we'll have some examples of that. Thanks.